Hello everybody, how's it going? How are you doing? Hope you're all well. Welcome back to some more Europa Universalis IV. This is another part of the Let's Play where we are leading the Kalmar Union. We are playing as Denmark. And in the last part we got involved in a fair few wars actually. We attacked Tyrone and took all of their lands. We fully annexed them. And we got called into a war by France against Castile, Aragon and Naples, which is currently being lost. But if France actually brought its troops over to here and fought over here, it might actually stand a chance. So that's a bit annoying. Are we really going to lose this fight? Oh my god. How on earth are we losing that fight? Crap dice rolls. More numbers, better leader, and we still lost the fight. That's garbage. Right. I'm going to mothball my forts. Do not think we need them up at this time. Although saying that, I might keep these ones up here active. And here. How on earth did we lose that fight? That's literally ridiculous. I know it was like we took a -1, but we had such a better leader. I don't understand that at all. How on earth did we lose that fight? That is garbage. No, I'm not understanding that. A -1 in the woods should not. And we had the higher manoeuvre as well. I mean, look, we got the +4 manoeuvre guy. How the hell? That's ridiculous. Oh well. We're going to move up to 24k stack in a minute, so... Right, I think we'll go back to protecting trade here. I think we're going to be alright to do that. Right, we took out a loan. That's a bit annoying. Right. Let's go for a second shot at this. That should be better, because they've not fully recuperated all their men there. So, there's so much in the way of infantry as well. I mean, my god. Pretty odd that would happen. How come we're losing so much money? Like, oh, we're only losing a little bit. State maintenance. Oh, we're paying off interest as well on the loan, I suppose so. Bit brutal, but oh well. We're going to go in for an attack here. We're going to get a -2 this time, aren't we? Which is really annoying. No, they picked up the terrain minus this time. Thank God for that, because it's our land. There we go. This is because we attacked when they occupied the land, so we picked up an extra penalty. There we go. Jeez. Right, mothball these forts. Better. My God. There we go. Right, so if you move back over to here, you can reinforce. And you should be okay. Right. Oh, France has beaten back the armies over here. Lovely job. Okay, that's exactly what was required. Also, Florence and Genoa are sieging over here, so that helps. More provincial unrest, though. Inverness. I think we're going to want to move our troops over there. Yeah, I can't do it manually. Okay, this is why I need to attack Scotland and get their land here. Because that's going to be quite important. Who else is here? Scotland's got an army sat here. Why? You are stupid. Right, so you board and dock there. Should be fine, because they look like they're going to rise up first. So we'll stand there. Because it is hills here, isn't it? Yeah, these two... Yeah, Fife isn't hills, but these two are. So we'll stand there. Tyrone separatists will probably rise up at some point, even though Sweden's left some men over there. Which is fine, actually. I'm not too worried by that. France, you need to get your ass back over here. You know, you need to beat this back, and that is how you're going to win the war. I'm not sending my troops in. I've got too many rebel problems at the moment. We're halfway to integrating... Sweden as well. Diplomatic reputation has gone back up because we lost the effects of the annexed subject. I think you get that for about 10 years or something like that. So That's good. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, we have enough to fabricate some claims here. So we'll fabricate for Sutherland. We'll also get a claim on the Western Isles, because why not? And I think we've got enough to claim for another province in Muscovy, or do we need 30 for that? Yeah, we need 30. Because I want to claim for this one over here. I don't think I've got a claim there yet, so I want to do that. It's going to be quite important, I think. I'm keeping an eye on the rebel factions. Right, we're reinforcing over here. This is actually a 29k army now. I think I created an extra troop there, interestingly enough. Nizhny Novgorodian, Tavarian, yeah, they're always rising up. Maybe need a state. Ah, Moscow is actually a state. Really? Moscow. Suzdal. Might be worth making a state there once we've actually got Moscow and Vladimir, because they're both in the Moscow state, but that might be worth it. Technology, military, it'd be nice, but we're ahead of time here, so I don't really want to spend too much in the way of military benefits. Saying that, 258, another 200 odd power points, 8 times 12 is 96. So we can afford another year without upgrading our tech there. England's got some rebels. Ha. Good. Who are these English noble rebels? Right. I think this is 1528, isn't it? Our truce with Scotland? Yeah, 1528. They have no allegiances as of yet, which is nice. Okay, issue a new edict. Absolutely going to take that. Because, well... Okay, we can keep 1,268, how I say, for both of these. So Poland is no longer at war, but it's not willing to join this fight, which is good. And France is being beaten back here. How on earth? See, look at this. Castile has terrain and crossing penalty. France had the better leader, and yet Castile still won. I'm sort of a little bit confused there, but oh well. It's a little bit odd, but I'm looking forward to Sweden becoming ours and just having, I mean, I'm just looking forward to that like mad. Okay, we can claim in Muscovy again. So, fabricate claim, it was Usilot, whatever that is, I don't know. We'll stop fabricating there as well, actually, and I think we'll go back to the Papal State for a little while and improve some more relations. Yeah, I think we could do with improving some relations with the Pope, just to increase our papal influence ticker. There we go, lovely. Right, more battles being fought over here, and more battles being lost by France. See, probably if we actually went in here, we would probably actually be able to help out, but you sent your stat the wrong way. You're going to lose again. Yep. Oh, silly. I think Spain, or Castile, is going to move up here. It will eventually become Spain, and Castile might actually be quite strong, which is quite something, actually. Is Portugal still involved in this war? Yeah. Oh, no, Portugal's not involved. No, okay. But you are still allied with Castile, so, yeah, interesting. Oh, you managed to beat them back that time. France is confusing. Pretender rebels. What do you know? Right, can we pay back this loan at all? No, 343 we require for that. Yeah, we're not making too much in the way of money. We have got 2 advisors though, so the national unrest though, I'm not sure whether we really need that anymore. Because yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah, we'll keep the national unrest quite low if we can. Drink. Oh, that's better. Right, Scotland. I'm keeping an eye on Scotland because... do you have a truce with England? Yes, you do, and that doesn't expire until 1530. Lovely. So we'll get first bite at Scotland, and that's what I want. So that'll be good. And as soon as we're out of this war, I'm going to see, as we mentioned in the previous part, I'm going to see whether or not we can actually release Iceland or not. Could release them as a vassal, I suppose. Like... they're going to be useless, but in the end they're going to be paying me money still. And in the end I don't have to worry about that over there anymore, so that might be something to do. Savoy is embraced. Ooh, that suggests it's moving northwards. Let's have a look here. That would suggest... Bum, 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 bum. Yes, it's starting to move through France. Okay, so eventually it might reach up here. If not, it might reach via England, which would be another way. It's another way to get these things to work for us. Right, we got a ticker there, so I'm probably going to take the military tech now. Bit brutal, but oh well. You can also build manufacturing now as well. So yeah, I think definitely, absolutely, we need to take a military idea here with our next admin tech. This has got to be a military idea. I might take offensive. I might take quality. I don't know, because quantity would be good, but at the moment we don't really have the money to afford a massive army. So. Not really sure there's going to be all too much we can actually do about that, to be honest. Like we just don't have the money at the moment to be able to afford it. Also, we're going to, I don't know, like once we get Sweden, I don't know. Maybe it'll change. I'm not sure. So we could get the next economic idea of yearly inflation reduction, but no. Ooh, what is this? Gain some corruption. But yeah, we need the admin tech. We absolutely need the admin tech. We are rooting out some corruption as well, which is helping. So within, yeah, that's going to be fine. Also, I believe that might cost me a bit of money. Yeah, I think we can spend a little bit less on doing that because, like, yeah, we can spend a little bit less on rooting out corruption. Something's telling me this might be a white peace because Castilian war enthusiasm is low. And, well, they're not really getting too far here. Like, this is about to be besieged. And, yeah, I don't know. I absolutely have no idea there as to how this is going to end. This may end in a white peace. Of course, we could probably change that if we went and sent our men in, but we're not really going to do that. Truce with Scotland has ended. Righty. Let's wait till the end of the month. You have no allegiances, which is great. Could get a claim. Like, if I wait 2 more months, I'll have a claim over here. Florence white pieced out, okay. Bit of a shame. Because that makes this a little bit easier to... Right, 1 more ticker, come on. Bam, right. Fabricate claim for the Western Isles. There we go. Makes it a little bit cheaper to core later on, once we take it. 70% integrated for Sweden, we're getting there. Right, we are going to declare war. No problems at all. We're going to take Ayrshire as our goal, and walk in there. Is Ayrshire the capital? I don't know. I'm going to assume it is. Level 9. Oh no, Western Isles is the capital. How interesting. But we're going to smash that apart. Lovely. And we actually stack wipe that. Lovely. England have had the gall to claim Ulster. Well, they're jerks. Oh yes, we get papal influence by converting. I forgot about that. Alright, next province. Yeah, we need more missionaries. I'm going to mothball my forts again. That seems a waste of time, keeping them up. We're going to increase the separatism of Gaelic separatists, that's true. So it doesn't matter. Right, we've got to remember that Sweden's got an army over here, and also has an army over here. So about 14,000 troops are going to come over to us. Okay, so it was a white peace in the end. That was a white peace war. I did think so. I didn't think that that would go any further, so that's fine. We can consolidate that, that's fine. Yeah, that'll be okay. We'll attack into there as well. They've got no leader, they're not at full morale. So that's going to be okay. Flanders has been building spy networks in my country for some reason. Like, you're over here. Why on earth would you be building a spy network in my nation? Jerks. Right, I'll get the ships out here to blockade. That will help. There we go. Brilliant. That's going to speed that along nicely. We've also got a siege pit for the general, which is lovely. So that's going to make that go a little bit quicker. We're going to fully annex. Absolutely going to do that. So means we can walk between our areas over here as well. So this army that we've got here is actually going to be able to walk around here and deal with any rebels as it may be. Recall the diplomat from the Papal State. He's done a decent job over there. Should we sit in Poland? No, we don't really need to sit in Poland. We can sit in France for a little while, I suppose. Yeah, we haven't improved relations there for a long time, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll keep a diplomat kicking around for the suing of peace with Scotland. So that will unify all our provinces up here, which will be great. We can walk across here and things like that. And we may actually go ahead and release Sligo. We did talk about that, didn't we? That'll be quite funny if we actually ended up releasing Sligo as a nation. Have them as our vassal for God knows how long. Right, so let's walk back across to here. Let's also park our ships back over there. And we will sue for peace against Scotland, in which we will take all of your land. We will also take all of your money, and we'll get you to revoke some cause on our current land. Yep, that'll do. Perfect. Ta-da! Right, putting ourselves further behind on admin tech, of course, but it's fine. Right, cause. Airs are quite expensive, but the other two really cheap, so no problem there. What is this now? Danish Britain! Yes! Right, cool. So... Oh yeah, we did... right, I wonder if this is possible to release Iceland, you know, like... where is... It's here, isn't it? Oh no, diplomacy... Oh, hang on. There we go. Norway, Scotland... Yeah, here we go. So... Where are we? Iceland! Iceland will release with the following provinces, Reykjavik and Akureyri. They will follow the Catholic faith. You can also play as the release subject if you really wanted to, but no. Let's go ahead and send that over there, and let's go ahead and have Iceland over there. So they're going to actually be my vassal, which is going to use up my 5th diplomatic relation slot, which is fine. But I'm not too bothered by that. So, royal marriage, I'll do. I don't know, maybe they'll create some ships or something like that. I don't know. They're going to be almost useless. And I think at some point, they will probably... we'll just release them. We'll just let them go. Yeah, so the Merchant Republic, it was plutocratic administration, wasn't it? For some reason, that's disappeared. I don't know where that's gone. Like, where the hell's that gone? Like, I don't want to do this one. The other one was better. I don't know, but we're not got any interest over here anyway in Iceland. So could like. Oh yeah, we're enforced by a truce at the moment, but it's fine. Like we'll just improve relations there. But then again, no, we don't really need to. I don't think that's going to be a good thing to do. Eventually, we'll just release them. You're allied with England. But I wouldn't mind building a spy network here and getting a couple of claims. Right, so build spy network over here. Start that up. We will also want to rebuild a spy network in Muscovy at some point as well. We will do that. Right, so how are we doing monies? Okay, we're okay at the moment. I can also repay this loan again. So let's pay that off, stop paying interest, so that means we'll be making a little bit more money, which is good. Tech, slowly getting there for admin, we're still quite far behind on Diplo. Yeah, we're going to want to fabricate some claims on England at some point as well. You only have Kildare as your ally as well, which is interesting. I reckon if I piled enough men into an effort, we could probably take on England. Because we're sort of ahead of time on tech as well, aren't we? So, if we didn't have too many rebels, might go for it. But we have got too many rebels at the moment, so... You know, England might eventually end up in an alliance with somebody or something like that. You're not guaranteeing Brittany anymore, which is interesting. So, yeah, who knows? Mamluks have expanded quite heavily over here, actually. They're quite big, which is interesting, because usually the Ottomans have moved down here. So that's quite interesting to know. Right, yeah, so I'm just keeping an eye on these rebels here. So we've got Gaelic separatists here. Wondering whether this army is perhaps a little bit too short. Council of Kiel, gain prestige and papal influence. Brilliant, okay. Go ahead and create some more men here with a view to padding out this army. Okay, what do we got here? National decision available. Ah, embrace the Counter-Reformation. That's going to help me. Do not have the modified Edict of Nantes. Yeah, so we get 2 missionaries. Tech cost goes up, it's a bit annoying. Missionary strength versus heretics. Idea cost goes up. But we are going to take this. We're absolutely going to take this. We are going to spend some money on converting some provinces here. Chem and wherever that is. And we're going to stay Catholic. We are absolutely going to stay Catholic here. I know we have a centre of reformation here and whatnot, which is a bit brutal. But if we can sort of work our way down here and just be like, well, maybe if we can sort of eventually attack over here, we'll... Ooh, Great Advisor has died. Maybe we'll be able to take control of that at some point, and we can get rid of the centre of reformation. Which would be good, actually. We're very happy about that. Right, let's get our Diplo Advisor back. It's going to be the spy network construction, I suppose. But either way, it's a Diplo guy, which is important. I'm going to make this a 20k stack, actually. Going to make this a big stack, because we're going to be dealing with a few more than, you know, some sort of rebels over here. Let's try and negotiate. Right, so let's pile into here. Are you nearly there? Yes, you are. Okay, good. Right, 17k stack. Both of my generals are still alive. I think they are. Yep, cool. Yeah, see, that's a border. We don't want too much of a border here at the moment. Tved. Pskov, yeah. See these? Borders with Lithuania at the moment. I'm not too keen on it at the moment. If this turns into the Commonwealth, hang on a minute. Admin Tech is 8. I think Admin Tech 10 is when you can do the Commonwealth. If that turns into the Commonwealth, then I probably will go for these places here, because otherwise they'll be able to expand, and I don't really want that. So. Cool. Okay, so Muscovy 1533. We're still working there, of course, in Muscovy. I'm going to bring the guy home from France. No, we're working Kildare, I should say. We want to... there we go. Build a spy network back in Muscovy, because we did lose a claim on, I think it was Vladimir or something like that. And I would like a claim there, just because that's going to be a good province to take. Right. And again, we will move to here. There we go. Good. Right. So far behind on Diplo. And the reason we're behind on Diplo is because we're actually spending points. We're actually spending points to integrate Sweden. That's why. That's why we've fallen so far behind on Diplo. Which is really quite brutal. But, oh, because Sweden's currently at 11 and we're at 9. So... you don't, yeah. You don't like me as much. Local tax increase, lovely. Brilliant. We're about to inherit a huge batch of men. Well, not huge, but 14k is nice, and some ships. 14k would take me over my force limit, but then our force limit will grow because of what's here in Sweden. So maybe we'll be slightly over our force limit, we might not be. So, right, we've got good armies here though. 28k over here. Okay, here we go. Gaelic Separatists fired. They landed right on top of my army, and I'm very glad I increased that the size of that stack. That worked to a T. Thank you very much. Okay, Nizhny Novgorod Separatists are about to fire as well. That's over here. Nizhny Novgorod. So let's move the stack to Yaroslavl again. Saying that your force limit is not great. Your supply limit, I should say. Let's move to Tver. Yeah, your supply limits over here aren't too great. I guess you go into the Russian plains, you know, things like that. Makes sense. Right, this army will reinforce pretty darn quickly, I would imagine. Yeah, 1,338 will reach the army. That's great. Right, I think we can accelerate time a little bit here. No problem. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll wait a little bit longer. We're nearly there with our integration. January 1532. So we've got exactly a year before we can integrate. Well, we will have integrated. So the other thing, the reason we're losing out on money here is because we're actually spending quite a bit on missionary maintenance. We are spending a little bit of money trying to convert these guys. Trying to convert these Orthodox. And eventually at that point, our religious unity will go up, and then we'll be out of the religious turmoil, which would be nice. So, which is probably costing me. I don't know whether that's actually costing me any kind of penalty at all, so like tax or whatnot. I'm not sure. Right, cause in place, lovely. Scottish separatists really aren't too bothered with what I'm doing. So, okay, one faith, gain one stability, tolerant society. Oh, end of religious turmoil, brilliant. Right, so what is our current looming disaster? The Count's feud. Currently in disaster, religious unity of 100% or a regency council. Okay, so we need to, whether we'll be able to convert all of these provinces in time, not really sure. The only other way we could do it is a regency, and that's if this guy died. Yeah, a bit brutal. But our integration speed has gone up as a result of our Diplo rep getting better. So December 1531 is now the time for our integration, which is great. Tender rebels in England. Ooh, we can fabricate some claims in Kildare. Fabricate claim for, of course, Sligo. It has to be. Okay, just out of curiosity, I'm not sure, like, we'll have to check in the next part, I think, but, like, what we could be able to do there. These guys are converting quite quickly, though, which is nice. So let's go to Luga. These guys are converting very quickly, so if we can zoom through those, we'll be in good spot. Right, we're nearly there with Sweden. Nearly there. Ah, it's brilliant. We've actually successfully led the Kalmar Union. I'm so happy. Right. Okay, they've claimed. But we are going to end the part right here. So in the next part, we are going to integrate Sweden, and we'll see what we can do with our new force limit and things like that. It's going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, we will be able to form Scandinavia, I think. As long as there's no, like, provinces down here that we require. I think maybe we might end up being Scandinavia, which could be interesting. Depends. Do we want to stay as Denmark, or should we be Scandinavia? I think we should be Scandinavia. Just out of curiosity, like, oh no, we need Admin Tech 20, but Stockholm and Västergotland are the two that we need. Yeah, so we will be able to do it. We just need Admin Tech of 20, which is a long way away yet. But we will have everything that we need to do so, which is great. That's it for now, though, so thanks for watching. If you like EU4, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. But for now, join me next time for more from myself, Matt the Tomato. Cheers for watching, guys.